Sketch-O-Rama, Sketch-O-Rama. Bulululu. Ah. Yo. Why, hello there. Hi, la ra la la ba boo 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 blah. Shams Nelson here from Fantastic Anatomy, and I didn't have to do that Sketch-O-Rama intro because we're working with Fantastic Anatomy 2.0. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I almost forgot to draw. I just got a new computer, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but the audio's even better because I busted out an old mic to set it up with this system. But yeah, let's focus on drawing. So what are we doing here today? I thought I want to show you guys a fun like sketching exercise I've been doing in my sketchbook. I haven't really been doing it digitally only, but the idea is to draw these little cars, and it's actually really quite fun. And I really don't like this first car I'm drawing, but that's okay. I'll start from basic and then we'll experiment. But the idea is to use boxes and basic shapes to do the little cars in all sorts of perspectives. And the first way to do that is to put one box like that on top of another box like that. And this, if you're not well versed in perspective already, is actually a little harder than it seems. And it's a great exercise for starting to get used to working with shapes. Like this is off. It's kind of easier doing it by hand. Anyways, so, and then you just add some wheels, drawing them like this, kind of keeping this line straight up and down. Put a line like that. This should be a little small. And then there would be another one over here. No, drawing some little windows. Boop, boop. Alright, you got a cute little cartoon car. But there are some things not quite right about this car. One thing is the windshield should be going back. So this is how this little process develops. And I can draw it from a different angle too. So let's draw it like this. And then, so now I'm going to do, that's the basic car body, let's say. But I want the windshield tilted back instead of forward. So let's draw that. Put it on like this. Cool. Maybe this isn't at the right. This should be tilted that way. In fact, like, what if I have it connect? Now it's a hatchback. That's cool. And it's fun to start experimenting with different shapes. Oops. It's a little off, and so you'll notice when it's off, and you know you'll get better. And I think because I like to learn perspective more intuitively, meaning like I just want to be able to draw perspective without really thinking about it too much and doing measurement lines just to be like, oh, that should be a more of an angle. Like I just kind of, it just feels right, or I just know it's that way. Alright, I'm gonna start sketching these faster. So now I'll just start doodling like I would in my sketchbook, kind of going fast, and usually I keep it really rough. I think the pencil's a little too thick. I forget what I was talking about. So here, now I'm going to curve the front and the back. Maybe I'll remember in a second. And then I'm imagining, because this is a very straightforward, I like this perspective personally, but it's kind of the easiest one once you get used to it. So maybe that's why I'm not challenging myself enough. And then you gotta think like, okay, this goes across here, and then this one might be over here, and just hint at it. I could do a square with a bumper in the middle maybe. And this really is like, this is the kind of, if you're gonna draw like crazy sci-fi spaceships and stuff like that, it's the same process, but you're just more advanced. So that's what I'm working towards, and I've tried using this method to do spaceships, and I think I need to look a little more at reference and stuff because they're just not looking that cool. So I'm going to stick to cars for now. So this is a shape I discovered. I'll just do it from the same perspective as this one. And one thing you always want to keep in mind is that this bottom line, so right now you'll see I'm going to break this up. So that's one piece. But let me keep this bottom line continuous because we want to, that's going to make the perspective correct and stuff. I'll show you from a different perspective, and I think it'll better illustrate what I mean. Alright. Oops. Wheels are a little high up, but it's okay. And then maybe add a little something like that poking off the front. Wait, you guys are drawing along, right? I forgot to say, take out your pens and pencils, ladies and gentlemen, and papers. I always forget papers. It's like pens and pencils. That doesn't really help you out. Cool, whatever. Let's start from a more difficult angle. So something like this. Okay, we're gonna have it bent back and forward like that, because this is the top piece. I'm starting with the top piece this time, and since we don't have much room in the front, it'll just have a small, see, this line has to stay straight to keep the perspective correct. This should stay parallel. We gotta figure out how it cuts off. I think that was a little too, I made the car a little thick. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't really thought about SUVs. That's interesting. I don't think I've tried drawing like SUV type cars yet. And then let's say there's an antenna. What would that do? I think it would just go straight up. From weird angles like this, it's like a lot of lines go straight up. Like the angle of the wheel should still be like that, even if it's like this. I don't know if that makes sense. Not the angle of the wheel, but like, I don't know. Let's say there's like an ox cart. Whatever. Let's turn this into a car. What if this is an SUV? So it would have a bigger box shape. Oh, I could just draw the whole shape out like this. It's getting a little cramped. It's okay, whatever, we'll leave it. So yeah, this line's curved. It's got to be more straight too. And I think it looks like it's leaning forward. Like these lines should be. Alright, no, let's just keep it parallel to that. There. Parallel, parallel. This one's not parallel because it's leaning back. So these are the kind of things that this exercise has been helping me with. And I used to just draw random shapes and build stuff out from there. But it is a little more fun and practical. So I guess this should actually go at a line. They should be parallel to this line. This is the kind of stuff I'm like thinking about and figuring out as I'm doing these drawings. So this one's kind of lame. I don't like it so much. One thing I like to do is I would start with like a shape like this. This makes a cute little car. Pop a bumper on, prop the little engine area on the front. Doo-doo. Like that. Put some wheels on there. Boom. Cool little dude. Alright, we gotta keep going. Sketch-O-Rama, we gotta finish this whole thing. Man, I'm getting tired already. It's I don't know if ironic is the word, but I get this new computer and I was really excited. I got it almost specifically to make videos and stuff because it takes so long to do any sort of video editing on my old computer. And it would crash and stuff, and it's just super frustrating. So I'll do another one like this. So I get this new computer, but like I'm kind of burnt out on drawing, and also I have finals coming up, but I have a video project for one of my finals, so that's one of the things that I guess they can overlap. I don't know why I don't want them to touch each other. I guess because it doesn't really make sense, but whatever. But I think once I start getting into drawing on this new system and seeing how fast and easy the workflow is, God willing, I'll be inspired to do more drawing than ever. So, see, I like this right here. That's kind of cool how that comes in like that. So let's try drawing that from a different perspective. Would this work? Oh yeah, like that maybe. Should see a little bit of the roof, I think. The wheel, maybe see a little tiny bit of the wheel there. There we go. Exhausts. Dual exhaust pipes. think that's a good thing. Alright, what else can I do? So I was doing this kind of shape. This is like a sharper version of that. This could be like a Ferrari. Oh, it would be good to have gotten some references. And you know what? With this new computer, because before I didn't want to go on references because then my thing's gonna lag so much. It's gonna take like 10 minutes to like get the reference. That's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on here, but it's kind of cool. Like you can add a spoiler. There's another little detail. Some weird futuristic car. So let's go ahead and do that. This is gonna be cool. Let's try it. I spelled Ferrari wrong. Okay. The good thing about Google, or the bad thing, oh yeah, it lags because my internet sucks, not because of the computer so much. So this is cool. What if I do something like that? Let's steal that shape. Let's see what's going on there. I think it was doing something like this. And then maybe there's like the I'm gonna call it the cockpit. I don't know what the area that the driver sits in is called in a car. The passenger zone. Of course, they don't have any things on the front. Oh, they got these long shark-like ones. I didn't think about that. Someone got paid a lot to come up with that. Okay, this is terrible. I'm gonna put in like, let me see if I can put like an engine block in the middle of this, sticking out there with some of these like. I don't even know if it's really supposed to be called an engine block. That just came to mind. Ugh. It's horrible. Ferrari, you have failed me. Or have I failed you, Ferrari? Whatever. I'm not really that concerned. Let's put a little blocky guy. This guy's kind of nerdy. Nerdy car. Wow, I have way too much space down there. What if I do a bigger one and I like finish it off? I think there are different kinds of like different types of cars that I'm not experimenting with. But I think you guys get the idea. So let's do like one or two like bigger cars and see what we come up with. Maybe we'll try to do something more creative or interesting. Oh, this one looks like it's coming towards me. So what if I bend the sides in? I haven't really done something like that. I wonder what that would be like. And then this should come forward a little bit. Maybe this is a corner thing. Okay. Might be getting too creative here. So that's, I guess I should make it bigger too so you guys can see what I'm thinking when I'm doing like the tires. Something like that. And then if we wanted to, we would have this coming over that, right? And I think the car should actually come lower, so we could add like a, what is this, the side bumper kind of thing. And then, you know what, let's add a front bumper too. It's kind of a big ugly square one, but that's okay. We add some headlights. You know, look at these grill lines. Something like that. Oh yeah, we have these coming out. That was part of it. That's one of the main features of the car. What if we have this coming out like that? Now it looks like one of those weird living cars. Let's not do that. Looks like a living car that needs a lot of sleep, and he's like all jittery. Why am I saying let's not do that? Let's totally do that. Poor guy, man. He tried out for cars and they were just like, nah, man. You're gonna make the children depressed. We can try to add some seats in there. I haven't really mastered that. But I'm thinking something like this. Put those two seats in there. Put a window. Where's the window? Here. See, I guess this seat. Oh, I didn't put the little, what's it called? Rear view mirrors. And so it's fun when you're like building this out to go into all the little details. And I think it'll be a lot more fun when I've got a better grasp of like how to do mechanical type stuff and can really like make it more futuristic, or like start experimenting even more, finding some references and trying to so I might make the tire something like that if I really wanted to add detail. How would I don't know. Say I just look at a tire. Anyways, poor guy, man. Alright, let's draw a couple more. I've got to finish out strong. I can't give up on Sketch-O-Rama. Even though my hand's kind of cramping. I don't know why. Has this been... How long have I been drawing for? I think it feels like a longer time, because I don't like drawing cars as much as I like drawing characters and stuff like that. But this is a more fun way to start getting into it. I'm glad now, because if I need to draw a car in like a comic or something like that, I would have some degree of confidence in myself to be able to do that from different angles and stuff like that. Well, before I started doing this exercise, I would have no degree of confidence. Like, I could at least do a cartoony car, you know? So let's see, what are we looking at here? I think the angle should be almost going straight up. Sometimes I like to put that line first and then draw it. See how that one looks more correct than this one? It doesn't look perfect, but it's closer. And that's because I got that angle better. So which way is the front? This is the front probably, right? Whatever, I'll need to work on that. What about a big SUV up in here? I need to do more SUVs now that I've realized. And this is obviously some crazy cartoon. Now this is more like a minivan? Minivans are pretty beastly sometimes, man. My parents have a minivan. They use like a truck to like haul stuff all over the place. They just take all the seats out of the back. It's a Honda Odyssey. Alright, let's try a more rounded shape for the body. So I'm putting like a rectangle underneath this like half dome shape. Cool. Duh. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have the right font for this Sketch-O-Rama thumbnail. I hope that doesn't cause too much distress among my fellow fantastic anatomonians. Let's do a really tall one. Oh, with a rounded front like that. That's kind of cute. Boop. Alright, what else? We just got a few more to go. Let's do a long, thin one here. What is this shape? I don't know. Let's just go with it. We had like, what, one of these in here? Okay. Sure, why not? Maybe cut out the tail. It's kind of cool. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Alright, cool. I just came up with a good idea. Make a random shape and then turn it into a car. So I gotta make this 3D. I think I gotta flatten this out. I think if you keep the bottom flat, you make your life a lot easier. If you try not to make, I don't know how to not make the bottom flat. I haven't tried that out or anything. Looks like a hippopotamus mobile. It's actually kind of cool. Alright, what else? Let's try another random shape. So we keep the bottom straight. What about like that? Oh. Okay. This is cool. That's interesting. Just kind of start with like some random lines, maybe keeping the idea of the bottom's gonna be flat. Or you don't have to start off with that because you can always erase and stuff. Well, depending on what medium you're working with. But then just like building whatever you build off of that random shape. So what other shape can I do? Maybe something like this. Oh, let's put oh yeah, and then trying different perspectives. I didn't mess around. I didn't go with too many crazy perspectives, but let's do one that's like coming towards us a lot more. Something like that. If you're trying to work on perspective and you haven't seen the Practical Perspective Zero video, it's basically this, but just with random shapes. And I think I'm gonna go rewatch that or revisit that idea of like, because I would really build shapes pretty. I'll do one coming up, and that'll be the last guy. I really built shapes. Let's give this one a spoiler. Like weird shapes and just kind of like, what is freedom? No, when you just free association, when you just like draw whatever or say whatever word comes to your mind or whatever. I do that with shapes, like free association with drawing shapes. Just draw and add stuff, and it doesn't matter if it makes sense or whatever, but trying to keep a perspective that makes sense. That's the one thing that makes sense. Other than that, it's just crazy shapes coming together. So cool. Like I just like, that's the one that's like falling off a cliff. Alright, cool. I think that's it. So, I didn't do anything. Hopefully with this new computer I'll be able to come up with like a neat little intro and stuff. So, God willing, it'll be cool. Alright, peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.